On the map of Manhattan, Greenwich Village is the area bounded by 14th Street on the north, the East River on the east, Houston Street on the south, and the Hudson River on the west. Greenwich Village is divided into 3 or 4 areas. The East Village is here to about 3rd Avenue. Greenwich Village, or the Village, is here, extending to about 6th Avenue. And the West Village is in this area here. And sometimes this area to the south of Christopher Street is called the South Village. We will be walking here in the West Village. Notice the irregular street pattern. This is because in 1811, when the City Council proposed the street grid plan, which was subsequently implemented, the residents of the area petitioned to be exempted, and they won. So we can see here how the streets do not conform to the grid. Let's take a walk. At the corner of Jane Street and West Street is the Jane Hotel. Originally, it was the American Seamen's Friend Society Institute. It was a shelter for merchant seamen. And the building is from about 1907. The ships, the wicked women, the gin mills have disappeared from the area, and the building now enjoys a new life. On Bethune Street, between Greenwich and Washington Streets, we see a group of row houses from 1837. On the opposite side of the street, we see another group of houses, also from 1837. Note the smaller windows on the 3rd floor. These were the servants' quarters. On Bank Street, we see 2 more examples of row houses, and they're in a Greek Revival style, and they're also from 1837. It was quite a year for building. On Charles Street, what is now apartments was once the 9th precinct of the New York Police Department. The building is from 1895 and is somewhat ungainly but monumental, and the word police is still carved into the top of the building. At 131 Charles Street, right next to the old police station, is a gem of a building in the Federal style, and it's from 1834. Now this house at the corner of Greenwich and Charles Street, at 121 Charles Street, has had several locations over the centuries. It's unknown when it was built, but in the 19th century, it wound up as a back house uptown on York Avenue and 71st Street. When it was threatened with demolition in the 1960s, the owners had it rolled 5 miles through city streets to this location. We're at the foot of Christopher Street, right on West Street. And as you can see in the background, there's the Hudson River in New Jersey. We're at the foot of Christopher Street, looking west over the Hudson River towards New Jersey. Well, here from about 1797 to 1829 was the first New York State Penitentiary. The city was to the south, so being sent here meant being sent up the river. The term is still in use today, but now we refer to being sent up the river as being sent to Sing Sing Prison, which is about 30 miles north of New York City, up the Hudson. At 95 Christopher Street, we find this Art Deco style building from 1931, and it's not typical of this neighborhood. St. John's Evangelical Lutheran Church at 81 Christopher Street. It's from 1822. Now here is the Stonewall Inn on Christopher Street. Now this gay bar in 1969 was the scene of a riot following a police raid on the bar. The riot that happens here led to the birth of the modern lesbian and gay rights movement in this country. A beautiful block on Perry Street in the Village. Named for Oliver Hazard Perry. At 70 Perry Street, we see this house from 1867. It's an architectural gem, considered the finest building on the block. 68 Bank Street between 4th Street and Bleecker Streets is from 1863. 74 and 76 Bank Street are from about 1842. 55 and 57 Bank Street are also from 1842. Well, here at 37 Bank Street is one of the best Greek Revival houses in the Village. It's from 1837. And here we see on Bank Street some of the beautiful row houses. Well, here at 16 Bank Street is the restaurant Ye Waverly Inn. It's one of the most renowned restaurants in New York City, and the building it's housed in is from 1845. A row of houses on Charles Street dating from about 1840. Well, the street grid pattern, which covers most of Manhattan, as you can see, doesn't apply here. Here's where West 10th crosses West 4th.